Do you feel like you're doing everything right? Maybe you're trying to eat a certain way, you're working out, trying to get enough sleep and do all these things, but your body isn't changing, you're not feeling your best, and you're kind of stuck and don't know what to do? Maybe because you're not addressing what's happening internally for you. And if you do address that, then it might begin to change everything. So if that sounds like you, then stay tuned for today's video. If you don't know me, my name's Christina Walsh, and I work with women to stop dieting and live a healthier lifestyle by creating new habits. I help you to build a stronger mind and stronger body and really just live the best life that you can. Sometimes what I found is people can feel like they're doing everything right. Maybe that's you. You are trying to eat a certain way, you're working out, you're maybe trying to get better sleep because you've heard that can affect your health. Maybe you're working a little bit on the stress piece and trying to reduce stress in our life because we know that that's really important. But maybe like you're still just not feeling your best and you're trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe you're even someone who's been to your doctor, you've had blood work done, maybe everything's come back fine. And you're like, but I don't feel like everything's fine. I know there's something more going on. This is me. And now I make no claims because I am not a doctor. Of course, you should always, if you're not feeling your best, go to your doctor, get things checked out first. But if you're like me and you've done that and you're still looking for answers, then this might help you. I have been a health and fitness coach for many years, and then I kind of got to this point where I didn't have the same energy. I wasn't feeling as great as I used to. My body didn't feel as strong as it had in the past, and something was off. So I went to my doctor, had a bunch of tests done. Everything was fine, and they said, just keep doing what you're doing and you should be okay. So I kind of wasn't really liking that answer because I knew like I had some brain fog. Like I said, my body just didn't feel the same. And I'm 45 now, but I'm also feel like I'm at the healthiest point of my life and best shape I've ever been in. And I just knew something was off. Started doing some research, and it's funny the way life works sometimes, right? I ended up talking to someone who I'm connected with in this health and fitness space, and he told me about this blood test that most of the time our doctors don't do, unfortunately. And if they do, it's oftentimes not covered by insurance. It oftentimes doesn't cover all of the areas that it needs to and is very expensive. Now, this test is essentially a fatty acid profile, one that you can do right at home. So I was interested because, I wondered maybe it could show me something that was happening internally that I didn't know about, and that would help me get to the root cause of what was happening. I did end up taking the test, and my results came back, and it was shocking. It looks at about like 6 different areas, and I won't get into all of them in this video, but I will make another one explaining a little bit more. Most important things it looks at is your omega-6-3 balance. And without getting too technical, essentially it should be a 1-to-1 ratio. And that's looking at your cells from the cellular level, what's happening to your cells. The cells should be in a 1-to-1 balance. Now, as we know, our food isn't what it used to be. We don't get the same vitamins and minerals and nutrients from it. There's a lot more processed food out there. And even if you try and eat healthy, you can't help but, sometimes grab things here and there. And even some of those things that we think are healthier, unfortunately, are still often processed and probably not great for our body. But again, this is life. And I teach women that, we can't restrict certain things because then we end up wanting those things more. Essentially, that ratio should be 1-to-1, but because of the way our food supply and everything is, most people's ratio isn't a 1-to-1 ratio anymore. Out of almost 1 million tests that have been done, somewhere around 90-something% of people don't have that ratio. If you don't, that typically causes chronic inflammation in your body, which, as we know, inflammation is one of the number one reasons why people end up developing certain types of chronic diseases. So if you don't address that inflammation down the line, it can lead to big problems. I did my test, and when I got my results, I was absolutely shocked because my results were actually worse than half the population of North America. If you looked at my ratio compared to the ratio of the average person in North America, mine was significantly higher. Now, you would think as someone who was living a mostly healthy lifestyle that this wouldn't be true, but there's so many factors that go into this. It's a lot to do with your individual body and the way your body processes things. My ratio was something like 44-1, which showed that I had chronic inflammation. The test also showed that my EPA and DHA levels, which are your brain function, were not where they should be, explaining like my brain fog that I was having. Those are just a few of the things that this like amazing test tells you. You get about 20-page report back once you get the results of your test. So you take your test at home, you send it, and it goes to one out of the 5 top labs in the world, which is amazing. It's the Vitas lab, which is extremely well known and used worldwide. And when you get your test results back, they give you about a 20-page report explaining these 6 different areas, different changes you can make, and they make suggestions for certain products that you can use. They also give you some ideas about certain lifestyle and diet changes you can make, but main thing is getting the nutrients back into your body that it needs and getting that ratio as close to a 1-to-1 ratio as you can. This was like so eye-opening for me. And again, as a health and fitness coach who's teaching people to do like all the right things, having this now so that we can start by addressing what's happening inside first, so that everything that you're doing and all the work that you're putting in can actually be effective, is huge. So now I can't wait to share this with everybody. If you feel like this could be something for you, then here's a couple options. Connect with me through social media. My links will be below this video, and you can message me through Messenger and we can talk more about it. Or if you want to check out the information or you're ready to just order that test, I can also leave some information about that below this video. Definitely suggest, let's have a conversation so that I can give you the information that you need and see if this could potentially be something that could help you. Looking forward to speaking with you, and I'll see you in the next video.